Students, now today we will study our next topic, Coulomb's law. Coulomb was a scientist who performed several experiments to measure force between two point charges. Point charges are those charges. Point charge bodies are those bodies whose size is very small in comparison to distance between them. If distance between charged bodies is very small, if the size of the charged bodies is very small in comparison to distance between them, then they are called point charged bodies. So Coulomb performed several experiments to measure force between point charged bodies. Force between two point charged bodies. So Coulomb's law is, according to Coulomb's law, force of interaction between any 2 point charges is directly proportional to product of charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. And this force between point charges always act along the line joining the two charges. Force always acts along the line joining the two charges. Suppose we have 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 which are separated by a small distance r. In vacuum, we have 2 point charges Q1 and Q2, they are separated by a distance r in vacuum. Therefore, according to Coulomb's law, force between them is, according to Coulomb's law, force between them is directly proportional to product of point charges and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. Here Q1 modulus, this represents the magnitude of charge Q1 and Q2 modulus represent the magnitude of charge Q2. Modulus of any charge is always positive. Modulus of a quantity is positive. If charge is plus 2 coulomb, then its modulus is plus 2 coulomb. If charge is minus 2 coulomb, then its modulus is also plus 2 coulomb. If we remove the sign of proportionality, then we can write F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. K is a constant of proportionality which is called electrostatic force constant. The value of electrostatic force constant K, this depends on nature of medium separating the charges and on system of units. If 2 point charges Q1 and Q2, they are placed in free space means either air or vacuum, then in CGS system, if the two charges are placed in free space means air or vacuum, then in CGS system K is equal to 1, and in SI system K is equal to 9 into 10 raised to power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square. And we can also write K equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Epsilon naught. K equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So here epsilon naught is called absolute electrical permittivity. Absolute electrical permittivity of free space. So therefore we can write according to Coulomb's law, F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. Now we will find the unit, dimensions and value of epsilon naught. We can take epsilon naught to the left hand side and F to the right hand side. Then it becomes epsilon naught is equal to 1 upon 4 pi F Q1 Q2 upon R square. तो यूनिट निकालने के लिए चार्ज की यूनिट होती है कूलम, दूसरे चार्ज की भी कूलम। 4 और पाई कांस्टेंट हैं तो इनकी कोई यूनिट नहीं है। फोर्स की यूनिट होती है न्यूटन, डिस्टेंस की यूनिट होती है मीटर, डिस्टेंस स्क्वायर है तो मीटर स्क्वायर हो जाएगा। तो देयरफॉर कूलम स्क्वायर पर न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर, देयरफॉर यूनिट of epsilon naught is equal to coulomb square per Newton per meter square. Now we will find dimensions of epsilon naught. We know that current, this is equal to rate of flow of charge through any cross section of the conductor. Current is total charge flown upon total time taken through a cross section of conductor. Therefore Q is equal to IT. Unit of I current is ampere and time is dimension is T. Therefore unit in place of coulomb, unit of charge is coulomb, unit of current is ampere, unit of time is T. Therefore we can write dimensions of charge is equal to AT, second charge is also AT, dimension of force is M1 L1 T minus 2, meter dimension have L square. So this will become A square T square upon M1 L3 T minus 2. When M goes on the upper side, this will become M minus 1 and this will become L minus 3. When T minus 2 goes on the upper side, this will become plus 2. Therefore T2 into T की power 2 T की power 4 हो जाएगा into A square. So this is the dimensions of epsilon naught. As K equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Therefore epsilon naught is equal to 1 upon 4 pi K. 4 as value of pi is equal to 3.14 and value of K is 9 into 10 raised to power 9. So on solving this we find that epsilon naught equal to 8.85 into 10 raised to power minus 12 coulomb square per Newton per meter square. So this is the value of epsilon naught.